Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved Custom Scenarios. Yes, I am back after a little hiatus. Sorry, I wanted to do something different and play some different games, also play some of Rebel Inc., which people seem to enjoy, and we will be doing that again in the future. But for now, let's circle back to our beloved Plague Inc. and actually get through some of those scenarios that were requested through Discord, because I feel like I've neglected you guys a little bit too long. Also, there's a whole lot of new content available in the popular tab, not only on in the game itself, but also on Steam, so I'm excited about that. Plenty more for us to do. Anyway, today we have a scenario called the Evolved Virus. Now, this is by a developer who's already created a couple scenarios we've showcased on the channel, including the Evolved Bacteria and the Evolved Bioweapon. So I imagine this is going to take a pretty familiar concept and then tweak it just a little bit to be a bit more challenging. There it is, by Sky Piranha. This virus is even more volatile than its original form. That apostrophe is unnecessary because for some reason it's just like the only word in the English language that when possessive doesn't get an apostrophe. I know, go figure, who knows. It can mutate even quicker and be guided better, but can also mutate bad properties. Handle the strength and weakness of this new virus well and remove humanity from this world. Yay, my favorite hobby. Due to the high amount of mutations, I recommend having a hotkey for closing pop-ups. Okay. Well then, I think the hotkey is enter? Is that what? I don't know. I've never actually, I usually click. I think it's enter. I assume it's enter. We're going to stick with creationist on this one just to slow things down because who knows if this gets away from you. And also, mutations, you know, they're great, especially toward the late game. However, they sometimes completely mess up your ability to get into Greenland. So for now, let's just keep it suppressed. We can always ramp it up again later. Otherwise, we're going to go for the ATP boost, Aquasac treatment file, and symptostasis. And this is called H5N7? No, I don't think so. How about Endless Hell? Since that apparently is the random name that Plague Inc. decided to give me, I'll go with Endless Hell, absolutely. This virus has an incredible potential of mutation speed. Use it. Okay, if you say so. But the volatile DNA has some drawbacks. There are traits that can mutate, which damage the spread of Endless Hell. Ah, we wouldn't want that, would we? Some are worse than others, so think about what should be devolved. Some may even help you in some situations. Well, then they're not bad traits, are they? They sound like they could be good. It's just called situational. Let's start in Saudi Arabia because we're boring. Go to transmissions. What do we have? Well, a lot of standard-looking stuff with the exception of fleas. So this is new, or not typical anyway. We also have reproduction error. Mutation comes at its price, again with the unnecessary apostrophe in the possessive its. The virus replicating process is not executed properly due to mutations in the virus DNA. What does that mean? Comes at its price. The virus replicating process is not... Oh, okay. I'm guessing because it's purple and just based on what's being phrased here, this must be one of those bad traits. So it may not do anything particularly bad, but it probably doesn't do anything good for me either. Okay, so this is probably one of the things we don't want. Aerophobia. Reduced effectiveness in arid countries and plane travel. Same with aquaphobia. Okay, so these are some of the bad traits, but these are transmissions. How is that supposed to work? Symptoms, most of this looks pretty standard, except we're missing the cysts, and also fever is moved up a little bit early. Okay. Well, that could be pretty bad for me. And then we have abilities. We have our standard cold, heat, and drug resistance. We have heat sensitivity and cold sensitivity, so these are bad. Transmission. Oh, okay. So this is how you get the extra transmissions, or sorry, mutations in transmission. And I'm guessing, yep, abilities as well. Symptom volatility, so a higher chance of a specific category if that's what you want. And then there's just viral instability for overall random mutations. Okay. No, good. This is interesting. I like it. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to get a whole bunch of free mutations. This is unusual. Hypersensitivity is early. Okay. Probably should go for coughing and sneezing if that's still an option. Pick that up there. Looks like it is. Yeah, okay. I kind of like the idea behind this. So it feels like you're kind of rolling the dice then and just hoping mutations end up being good and you have to save some points or just evolve things that end up really slowing you down. Oh, interesting, though. Now that I'm thinking about it, if I play the game as normal and pick up a whole bunch of, let's say, transmissions, at some point we use up a lot of the good ones, which only leaves bad ones left, so you're increasing the likelihood of getting a bad mutation. But it's still worth rolling that dice because you need the early game effects of picking up the desirable transmissions, so that's interesting. Yeah, it's like playing Russian roulette with mutation. And the more good things you get, the more likely at some point you're going to get the bullet. That's interesting. That's a very fascinating way of playing the game. Let's go for some insects. I want to spread a little bit faster in some hot regions. I'm always concerned... Ooh, okay. Always concerned about getting to Greenland whenever you have a mutation-heavy scenario, so we're going to want to focus on probably things like livestock and cold resistance kind of early on. Symptom mutated. It usually tells you what you mutate, so I guess this time it did not. We got Insomnia. Okay. No, I can handle insomnia. That sounds okay. I'm on board. I'm not bored. Let's go for some more air transmission. Again, just trying to spread a little faster in Saudi Arabia. Then we want to focus probably on getting some cold resistance and stuff. We got heat resistance for free. Okay. That seems kind of reasonable. As we spread, we probably also want to get some more severity. Let's go for sweating. Oh, there's the skin legions. Okay, extra infectivity from that. Perfect. Yeah, lots of extra severity so I can get around and get a lot more DNA. I like that idea quite a bit. Let's go for the livestock. We're still not in Russia, but I'm hoping we get there soon. New minor disease spreading. Let's go for some cold resistance. So, again, same thing with the abilities. The more we get, the more likely something bad is going to happen for me. Fascinating. Very creative idea, actually. I kind of dig this. I'm not sure how balanced it is yet. We're going to find out. I'm very early in the scenario still, but it's a really cool concept. We need water transmission, especially now that we are in places like Russia. Why did I say Russia like that instead of Russia? I don't know why I did that. I think I meant to go like Ruska, but instead I said Russia, and it sounds stupid. I'm sorry, Russia. Don't punish me by not sending boats anywhere. Let's go for the extreme bioaerosol and also the wildlife, just trying to get as much infectivity going in Russia as is possible. We did get some symptoms. Let's see if it needs to be devolved. We get nausea. That's fine. No transmissions I don't like. Still no issues with abilities. Okay. Maybe we go for more cold transmission than drug resistance. Another transmission. What do we get? We got fleas. I can handle the fleas. The fleas are fine. The fleas are my friend. The fleas cause the bubonic plague, not the rats. Everyone knows that, though. Pretty sure. Anyway, if you've watched Ratatouille, you know it. Let's go for some drug resistance. Again, I just have to keep racing the clock with this mutation chance, because, I mean, really, I would hate to have to keep restarting this because I can't get into freaking Greenland. The bane of my existence. Drug resistance level 2 seems perfectly fine. You know, after playing Rebel Inc. so much in preparation for that guide series, I'm kind of used to, like, not picking up anything and, like, waiting in between for inflation, but obviously that does not exist. I need to unlearn this behavior. Let's see. So we already have pneumonia. Anything else that would be good in cold regions? I don't think so. Acute encephalitis would not be great. Let's go for the hypersensitivity. Warts, that's not a big deal. Photophobia, headache, anemia. None of those seem very helpful to me. Rodents are good in the urban regions. Birds are good for land transmission, which I'm not opposed to. We could go for some extra viral instability, but I don't see the point of doing that right now. Let's go for the birds, I guess. Okay, we got into Greenland. Thank God. All right, so New Zealand is now what's... Ah, we got in there too. Perfect. All right, so now's the time we just start ramping up all the viral instability. Let's go for a couple levels of that, and also some symptom volatility, which apparently unlocks a stability as well. Oh, same here too. Oh, okay, so once you pick up a first level of instability, you unlock the possibility of something bad happening and stabilizing when you didn't mean to. Or maybe this is good if you're having a hard time controlling it, but it doesn't tell you how much it stabilizes, and that's not the author's fault, that's just the reality of the situation. Like, I've got 3 levels of viral instability. If this accidentally mutates, does it basically undo all 3 of these, or just like 1 level, in which case it's not a big deal? I don't know, but we're going to go for some more symptom volatility. We have no idea what this leads to, but that's fine. I'm just trying to get as many deadly symptoms going as possible, especially necrosis, assuming that that is still an option somewhere, which it just occurred to me, I have no idea if that is somewhere. Right, we should probably make sure we have necrosis. There it is. Got it. All right, pick it up. Now we can have as much lethality as we want, and I'm not going to lose because I'm in every country at this point. So let's just save up our DNA. I'm not going to devolve anything, probably, unless it looks like it's really bad and slows me down. Actually, are there any bad symptoms? No, the symptoms don't actually appear to have any custom traits that are, like, specifically bad, unlike the abilities and the transmissions, because it's already kind of assumed if you mutate the wrong symptom with high lethality too early, it already is going to mess up your run, so no need to make that any more treacherous than it already is, I suppose, right? Let's go for the total organ failure and also the coma to slow down and reset that cure a little bit. We have more abilities mutating. What do we get? We did get the viral stabilization, or DNA stabilization. Probably can go ahead and devolve that. Not sure how much effect it's going to have, but whatever, let's just keep rolling. So there's the coma, there's the seizures, can be fatal. Wouldn't mind getting my acute encephalitis next if you don't mind, if it's all the same to you. No? There's another symptom. What we get? Not what I was hoping for, but we did get meningitis. That works. Yeah, alright, meningitis is super effective. Encephalitis should get me the rest of the way, and then, of course, we'll just save up for some genetic reshuffles and buy myself a teensy-weensy bit of score. So on normal difficulty, this doesn't seem too bad. Really, it is a race against the clock just to get into Greenland before you get completely messed up. But there's a lot of ways to offset the damage. Like, if you do mutate something you don't want, it's not too difficult to get rid of. So that is certainly nice. And the idea that mutations actually are extra treacherous not only in symptoms, but also in transmissions and abilities, does add an extra sense of randomness and treachery to the game. That's kind of cool. This is another creative idea. It's a very simple change, right? That's one of the cool things about Sky Piranha's content and what he creates in the Steam Workshop. It's not like it's a super unique, complete overhaul, new mechanics like Indigo Phoenix style. It's more of take a basic concept, add in just a little bit of extra depth, so it's very familiar, but it's just a little bit harder, and it's fresh because of it. Like, it's really creative what he does. It's subtle. I like the subtlety of his content. He's very good at that. All right, 362 days is pretty quick, all in all. 37% cure progress, 93,384 points. 4 stars. 3 stars. Sorry, yes. I'm not too sure what happened there, to be honest. Okay, anyway, yes, very good scenario. Absolutely, we'll give that a thumbs up. Well done. If you are going to create more of those, by all means, let me know, Sky Piranha, and I will continue to play them. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, hit the notify bell. And I will see you guys next time.